In this tutorial, I'll show you how to use the Weld modifier to smoothly connect two sets of edges. Let's create a plane. Tab, to go to edit mode, and 2, to edge select. Shift select 3 edges like this and remove them. Select the remaining edge, and type G and Y, to move it on the Y axis. Please hold Ctrl to snap to the grid. We need to add the screw modifier. Please match my settings. Let's bend this mesh 360 degrees. We'll need to use the Weld modifier next to smoothly connect the edges at the starting point. Do you remember we started this mesh from an edge? Now there are two edges stacked, and they'll look ugly once it gets solidified. We can also connect the edges as vertices in edit mode, but then we'd have apply and lose the modifiers first. Let's see what would happen to the visible edge issue once we add the Weld modifier. I'll add the solidify modifier and show you what would happen to the mesh without the Weld modifier. Let's subdivide the mesh. That looks smooth. Let's hide the Weld modifier. This is only one example, but there are a lot of other places the Weld modifier can be used. Let's add a material. Here are the full nodes. That looks odd, but it will look better once we apply all the modifiers. Let's add an empty object. Do you see how this mesh is not centered to the world center? I'll show you a method to perfectly center a mesh after applying multiple modifiers like this example. We must move the origin to geometry first, and use Shift+S shortcut to move the mesh to the 3D cursor like this. Shift+S and selection to cursor. Let's create an empty object and add the array modifier. Please match my settings. I'll apply the modifier, rotate it, and add the ground plane to render the scene. I'll use the sky texture. Let's turn off Use Nodes under Compositing. I'll also use 32 samples to render. This is the end of the tutorial. Thank you for watching.